When you play a team like Utah, I know you guys are supposed to be level-headed for every game, but when you play a team like Utah that's, got this reputation of being real physical, do you get up a little bit more for that just because of the challenge?
I mean, we know that they're a hard play on defense, so our whole thing was 5% more. Finish them 5% more, but I think that can be the message for the rest of these games this season, is just finish these guys 5% more.
Well, when coaches say you need to play more physical, what exactly does that mean? Because obviously, you're every game you're out there being physical. Is it just more of?
It's you think physical, you think hitting hard, right? But we changed that definition where it's not hitting hard. It's hitting hard, but it's moving the guy after you hit him hard. It's not high school anymore where you can hit the guy and they fall 5 yards down on the ground. It's five. You got to drive them 5 yards to make the plays go. Because those guys will swarm around the ball, and then that's when we bust our big runs.
Yeah.
That's physicality.
I was curious. Josh Gray got a touchdown catch, and Hodgins has been playing in the backfield. You're probably never going to get any of those opportunities, but as a lineman, what is that? What is that feeling like? And is there any part of you that goes, God, I wish some of that gravy would spill over on my plate once in a while?
I'm just living through Josh on that touchdown. That was pretty fun to watch. And watching any big guy get the ball, it's awesome because that's probably going to end up on top 10 and all that stuff. But I get to touch the ball every play, so I'm happy for those guys.
As a center, there's virtually no chance. Because they need you to. You're playing a pretty important position. Well, what do you think if you were put in that position? What do you think? Do you think? How would you? You think you could do it?
I don't even know how we would get that done. Maybe like an old center sneak, just keep it between my legs. But I don't know.
Yeah. The old fumble rooski.
Exactly.
It would have been a good one. But
exactly.
They don't play that anymore.
Yeah.
How do you measure success against a defense like that?
Utah? Points on a W at the end of the night, honestly. We didn't play our best game. We could have put more points on the board, I think. But at the end of the day, if we get a win against that type of team, then it's a good day.
Minus Silas, it seemed like you guys had a little bit of a difficulty running the ball against them. What did they do specifically to sort of, keep Damian and Deshaun kind of wrapped up?
Yeah, I think, they just, like I said, they're just a hard playing defense. They don't give up on plays. They're always swarming around the ball. But I think we still had about 130 rushing yards. So I think, averaging 50 yards against every other team, I think we still had a pretty good day.
Cal has surprisingly done pretty well against the run. They haven't even given up a total of 500 yards this season so far through the first 4 weeks. What do you see from their defense that makes them good against the run?
Like we said today, they're a sound defense as well. They're not many MAs, not many busts, but they play hard. So I think it's just going to be, like I said, just finishing. That's going to be the tone of this season.
Cal's deal this year has been running a lot of plays. They've run more, I think, anybody in FBS other than Penn State. Is some of the offensive job just to keep the ball on the field and keep them from being on the field and running a bunch of plays?
If we can keep the defense on the sideline, right, and get them rested while we're driving against their defense, it's always good. I think that first drive that we had against Utah was, 12 plays. And I think if we can do that all game, I don't think that offense will be able to get out there and do what they're used to doing.
I know you guys like to take the same approach to every game, but there's 18, 19, 20-year-olds on the team. How do you know when the team maybe doesn't have that focus early in the week, and what do you do about it?
We just try to tell them why our scouts, what their purpose is, what they're doing, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that win us the games also. Because if we don't get a good scout look, we're not going to get a good look out on the practice or out of the game field. So I think it's really wins are dependent on the scouts as well.
It definitely happens where the focus maybe isn't there quite early in the week.
Right. And then we gotta come together as older guys and just tell them hey, to enable to win this game, we need you guys to focus on because we can't get it done this way. Yeah. So we gotta just take a leadership role as older guys because we've been around this for a while.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, that loss at Cal, one of the more disappointing results of that season. What do you remember from that game and how that game got away from you?
Well, I had just came off of an ankle sprain, so I wasn't playing that game. And I remember sitting on the sidelines. And it was just a weird feeling because we just came off and beat Utah that last week. It's literally the same thing as this year. So, it just felt sluggish, but I think that's going to be a different role, a different turn this game for sure.
So how do you avoid having that same kind of outcome this time?
Learn from past experiences. We talked about it in the team room, and we're going no music out there. It's sort of a dead crowd, dead stadium over there. It's going to be a different atmosphere. So we're just trying to build our own and bring our own energy.
The first time you guys roll out there without the music at practice, how much does that affect you right away? Because you get used to it, I'm sure. But what's the initial feeling?
It does feel a little bit weird, and then once you get into the banging and all that shit, it feels better. It feels better. Once you start hitting and all that, then it's just it's just practice again.
Do you think that works effectively?
Yes, I think so. I think for sure, because then, all that noise and all that stuff at practice, and then you go out there and it's different in the game. So I think it'll be better.
You might have touched on it, but what is the key? Is it that bringing your own energy to getting the first, Pac-12 road win for you guys this year?
Yes. We got to bring our own energy. It's us versus us, and we got to go win this game ourselves. Yep.